And that is how you cement yourself as one of, if not the, best team in the country. Sorry, guys, for the late video. As you know, I went to the game in Stillwater, and I didn't get back here till right now. I got in around 6 on Sunday. We drove back after the game that night, drove to Dallas, stayed with my roommate's grandmother, stayed in Dallas, watched the Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, on TV there, and then we headed back home. And which was great to watch the Cowboys. I'll talk about the Cowboys probably tomorrow. I mean, the Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, are doing awesome, just kicking butt right now, and it's great to see both your teams really doing well. But this video is about Texas Longhorns and my experience in Stillwater, Oklahoma. First off, talking about Stillwater. Stillwater is a very small town compared to Austin, especially. And it's my first time to be there. And last year I went to Lubbock, and I talked about the fans in Lubbock and before, and how it was pretty much trash, and they were just letting you know how much they couldn't stand you. Well, in Stillwater, it's a lot more toned down, and the people in Stillwater, Oklahoma, I gotta say, are for the most part a lot of nice guys, a lot of nice people overall. I was going in there expecting to just get ragged the whole time. People just telling that Texas sucks and stuff, and really, I didn't experience that. I experienced a lot of people who love their team, looking forward to a good game, and just wanting to have a good time. I at one point at one of the tailgates I was at, there was a girl who looked at me, threw the horns up, and then I did it back at her, and then of course she threw them down, and she laughed about it, and then she came up to me and she apologized. I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. I always wanted to do that, stuff like that." I mean, come on, it's at the game, so I was surprised, and the people of Stillwater were very accommodating. I like to thank Justin and his fraternity. We stayed with them. He's a friend of my buddies, and we stayed with them for the weekend. Also, I met two guys recognized from YouTube, Longhorn guys, Crazy Keith, and I think he said his name was ATX Hookem or something. So both you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the game, and thanks for saying hi to me. But now to talk about the game, and really maybe since I've said how nice these people were, and I don't know the difference, but I can do a different difference between Oklahoma State fans and Oklahoma fans. Now maybe when they get together they're both big time jerks, but Sooners fans, back from Dallas, were complete douchebags. Not all of them, but most of them were. And Oklahoma State, I ran into hardly any. So now part of that may be that I don't think the Oklahoma State fans really had much faith in their team, and for good reason. So we go into the stadium. I sat on the Texas side, opposite our band. So we had Texas on one side of the end zone, and on the other side was us. And man, coming into the game, they were kind of loud, but once again, compared to Lubbock, even though Lubbock was more of a, and maybe this has to do with it, they hated the Longhorns. I mean, there was a guy in Lubbock screaming that he wanted a bomb to be dropped on Austin and to kill us all. Didn't care if we all died. That kind of stuff. And he wasn't the only one. So Tech fans just realized that. And maybe it's because y'all thought y'all had a contender that year. But the Oklahoma State fans, they were kind of loud coming into it, but it got quiet real quick. Texas ended that whole thing real quick. And I was expecting more resistance from Oklahoma State, the team. They had no fight in them. They were trying. They were trying hard, but they didn't belong on the same field with Texas. Texas right now is at a level that really is on the level of Florida and Alabama. We are one of the top 3 teams in the country, and possibly could be ranked number 1. I don't care about rankings right now. As long as we're positioned to make it to the national title, that's all I care about. Our defense is amazing. I've been saying this all the time, and it's not just a Big 12 thing. This defense is legit. Zach Robinson threw 3 picks all year. He had 4 against the Horns. Colt McCoy looked good. I mean, Colt didn't have to do a whole lot. And guys were catching, we were actually throwing the ball downfield to Malcolm Williams, and a great catch by Malcolm there in the back of the end zone. Jordan, of course, Ship is just going to catch everything you throw to him. We tried to get the running game together. It wasn't great, but we don't really need it too much right now. Colt's making great decisions. The offensive line gave him time. But it really comes down to the defense. This Texas defense, I can't say enough about them. Everyone last week was talking about, oh, well, about against Oklahoma, oh, well, they're hurt. It's no problem. And then last week against Missouri, oh, well, Missouri sucks. It doesn't matter. We went on the road to Oklahoma State, who was supposed to be supposed to be the second best team in the conference, possibly the best they could beat us. And we made their offense look like trash. We made them look like one of our pathetic non-conference teams that we schedule. Okay, we went in there, shut that crowd up fast, and they were leaving that stadium early third quarter. I mean, you watch, the student section tried to have a blackout or whatever, and you just saw them just trickle out as the third quarter started. The Texas fans came in and owned that stadium from start to finish. I'm glad I got to go. It's I've been to, except for Norman, and I won't probably ever go to Norman because we don't play there. But I guess I'll count the Cotton Bowl. I've been to every single Big 12 South stadium now, except for Norman. And and I like doing that. I like going on the road. It's great. And the road atmosphere is awesome because nothing sounds better than singing "The Eyes of Texas" after a victory in someone else's house, and it was great. But after the game, Stillwater fans were very were cordial. A lot of them would pat me on the back and say, "Hey, man, good luck. Make the Big 12 look better." So, Okie State fans, you guys got my respect, at least for being classy guys and stuff. Now, as being fans of your team in the game, I don't know if y'all probably just have much faith, and I really can't blame y'all because your team didn't give you a whole lot of chance to have faith in them. So, but Stillwater was a very nice place. I didn't stop in Norman. No, I just wanted to get there. We did stop in Ardmore, outside of Norman, to get a rest there. But drove through Norman, blasted the Eyes of Texas and stuff. Just had to just to get the stench out everywhere. But it's Oklahoma. What are you gonna do? So glad to be back in Texas. Glad to be back in Austin. And definitely, I'll talk about the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow. But this Texas team, I think, has established themselves as the best team in the country. One of them at least. There's no one's going to stop us this year. The team that has the best chance to beat us this year is Texas A&M, and I don't think they have a chance because the thing about the Aggies, it's at Kyle Field. They've got somewhat of an offense that they're trying to find themselves this year. The Aggies only need one game to believe they can win, and they might do it. But I think this Texas defense is enough to stop the Aggies because they've seen better offenses than the Aggie offense. But I think this Texas team is more disciplined than the one back in 2008, and there won't be any slip-ups this year. Texas should roll through this season, be in the Big 12 Championship, and we'll play whatever trash from the North they send. It's going to be a fun year. So, Texas looking to wrap up the Big 12 South. Got Central Florida next week at 11 o'clock in the morning. We scheduled some crap, but we got to do what we got to do. So, hook 'em horns, Texas fight, and Oklahoma State, you just weren't ready for the horns. And I don't think you thought you were in the first place. Hook 'em horns, guys. See Central Florida next week.